Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Timmy Treacle, also known as Horror Fan for Life. And this evening I'm bringing you my ranking of all 20 of Pixar's movies. Finally, I have completed watching all of these movies. The last movie I had to finish up with was A Bug's Life, which, if I'm correct, was the second movie done by Pixar in 1998. But regardless, I'm happy to say I have now watched all the movies, so I'm going to be ranking them from my least favorite to my favorite. Now, I will say, with the exception of uh, number 20, the rest of the movies I actually really enjoy, and I definitely can rewatch and will rewatch those. Number 20 is one that I've seen one time, and I just did not like what they did with it. But without further ado, here is my ranking of all 20 Pixar movies. Coming in number 20 is Cars 2. Cars 2, I didn't mind having a sequel. I don't mind Cars 3. But to make it focused on Mater's character and him being a spy and, just that kind of movie, it just didn't do it for me. This is a movie. Yes, it's a movie about cars, but I wanted it to focus on Lightning McQueen. I wanted it to continue his story along with the rest of the race cars, and Mater could still be in it, but be more of a side character. And that's one thing that disappointed me, which is why when they made Cars 3, they went back to their roots. And I just, even though some people actually liked the second movie, it just didn't do anything for me. And uh, I just don't like it. But the rest of these movies, I love them. So coming in at number 19 is Finding Dory. I know I'll probably get some hate from some people about Finding Dory being number 19. In all honesty, I don't think we needed a sequel or another movie about finding another, fish. Finding Nemo was great. I love Ellen DeGeneres as Dory. Don't get me wrong. I don't hate the movie. I do enjoy it because I love Ellen and I love the characters. But I really wish they just would have made it another Pixar movie with Ellen leading the way, but just make it a different movie and not a sequel to Finding Nemo. But Finding Dory is enjoyable, so it is number 19. Number 18 is Monsters University. Again, this is a prequel. Monsters Inc. was a great movie. I did enjoy this one, but I really don't think we needed a prequel. I would have rather had a sequel. Coming in at number 17, I know I'm probably going to get some flack for this, but I just don't care because this is my list. It's Toy Story 2. Toy Story 2 is my least favorite of the three movies. They're all great. The trilogy's great. Don't get me wrong. But it is my least favorite. No particular reason. I didn't really connect with that movie as much as I did the first one and the third one. But it's still a great movie. I enjoy it, and it's just higher up on my list than probably a lot of people's. Number 16 is Brave. Number 15 is Cars 3. Cars 3 I really enjoyed. They went back to the roots. They took it back to what they should have done with the second movie. And this would have been a fine trilogy had the second movie been focused on Lightning McQueen and the other race car drivers. But I really enjoyed this one. It's a big step up from the second movie. I like the new characters we get. And it's just a great movie. I really enjoy it. Number 14 is Monsters, Inc. Number 13 is another one I'll probably get flack for because it's not in the top 10. It's Toy Story. Toy Story, I love the movie. It's the first Pixar movie, 1995. I love the characters. I love everything about it. But to me, there are other movies that are better than this movie. That's just my opinion. And yeah, so it comes in um, where I have it at number 13. Number 12 is The Incredibles. The Incredibles is a movie I watched last year for the first time, knowing that the sequel was coming out. I was really excited to see this movie for the first time, and I love the characters. I love Frozone, and the voice acting. Everything about the movie is great, and yeah, it couldn't crack the top 10, but it's just on the outside. Number 11 is Wally. Wally, I fell in love with instantly, especially the first act. Oh my God, he's all by himself, just rooting through garbage, uh, just trying to be helpful. And it goes a whole different direction in the second and third acts, but I actually like what they did there. I really enjoyed this movie. Couldn't crack the top 10, but it is one I enjoy, and it definitely is a rewatchable movie. As I said, all of them are except for number 20. So, number 11 is Wally. Number 10, cracking the top 10, is Finding Nemo. Finding Nemo is a great story. Uh, he uh, is different. He has one little fin that's shorter than the other, and he struggles uh, growing up. He ends up getting lost, and I love the fact that his father goes after him, trying to find him. One of the best parts of the movie is when he's in that fish tank with the other characters. I love when he meets Dory. Like I said, I love Ellen DeGeneres. And yeah, it's just a sweet movie and definitely worth a spot in my top 10. Number 9 is the movie I just watched this morning, A Bug's Life. A Bug's Life really surprised me. I love the story. The animation is beautiful. The score is great. It's just a fun movie. I think it's underrated. I know some people don't like it, but with a 92% on Rotten Tomatoes, this is the one time that I actually agree with Rotten Tomatoes. This is a great movie and underrated in my opinion. But it's got a great cast, great story, and I love all the characters. So yeah, Bug's Life drops in at number 9. Number 8 is one I'll probably catch some flack for, but I don't care. And it is The Good Dinosaur, coming in at number 8. I love this movie. It's a sweet story. It's got hilarious characters, and it's just a lot of fun. And it is a sort of a coming of age type of movie where, you have the grunt of the dinosaurs who's having a hard time proving himself, and his father wants nothing but the best for him. They end up losing their father, and he has to fight not only for survival but fight his way back home, which I think is just great in this movie. And like I said, I love all the different characters that come along and either help him or try to hinder his way back home. And it's a great movie. I think it's very underrated, and I love it. Coming in at number 7 is Cars. Cars is one of my. I love this movie. It would be in my top 5, probably my top 3, but the movies that come after it are just so much better. But I love this movie. Owen Wilson, Paul Newman, the voice cast is great. I love the story, and I love the story of old Route 66. I live in Lincoln, Illinois, and Route 66 used to come through here as well. And it's just a blast to see them do a movie focused on Route 66, because we used to be able to take it from Chicago all the way to California. And yeah, it's just a great historical road, and I'm glad they focused on that. And then, of course, we got a great score. Rascal Flatts, Life is a Highway. I love their version of that song. And this is just a great movie. And again, some people hate it, but I love this movie. And it deserves the number 7 spot. Number 6 is Up. Up is a movie that made me cry. I cried at the beginning of the movie, and I cried at the end of the movie. And this is just a great, great movie. Heartwarming. You really feel for the character after losing his wife, and they didn't meet the goals that they were wanting to do because something always come up. But it's a great movie, and yeah, it could have cracked my top 5, but again, like I said, there's other movies that I just love a little bit more, but it deserves the number 6 spot. Coming in at number 5 is Toy Story 3. Toy Story 3 is my favorite in the trilogy. It's my favorite one right now. We are getting Toy Story 4 later on this year, but Toy Story 3 to me has it all. It has all the great characters. We get new ones. We got a great villain. We got a great story. Animation is gorgeous. The directing, everything about this movie is perfect. And it is a great ending to this trilogy and to Andy's story with the toys. And I love the fact that he hands them off to a little girl, which we will meet in Toy Story 4. Right now, after seeing the first trailer for Toy Story 4, I'm about 50-50 with the movie. I don't know. We'll just have to see. But Toy Story 3, to me, is one of the best third movies in any trilogy of all time. And that includes some great other ones, too, like Return of the Jedi, Revenge of the Sith. I would include that in. Just so many third movies. A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3, I would put in there. Friday the 13th Part 3, I would put in there. But yeah, Toy Story 3 is phenomenal, and it deserves the spot at number 5. Number 4 is Inside Out. Inside Out, what a great concept for a movie. You have these different emotions in this little girl, and they have their own characters. It's just an amazing story. I've only seen the movie once because it's so heartbreaking. But this is a movie that I think revolutionized the animated movies. It took it to a whole new level. And it's hard to believe that this movie, I believe, is already almost 4 years old. But it is a great movie. Its rewatchable factor is just all-time high. I can't get myself to want to rewatch it right now. But it is a great movie, and it deserves the number 4 spot, in my opinion. Here we are. We got the top 3 coming in here. Number 3 is Coco. Coco, oh my God. The story, the score alone is worth watching this movie. And I cried, I laughed, I oohed, I awed. It's a fantastic movie. If it wasn't for these other 2 movies, it would have the number 1 spot. But this is a great movie. At first, I wasn't really going to watch this movie. It wasn't really on my radar. But after the critics and a lot of YouTubers who I watch critique movies as well, I was like, you know what? I'm going to give this one a look. And I'm glad I did, because it is a fantastic movie. I've seen this one now like at least a half a dozen times, and it gets better each time. I love it. And it deserves the number 3 spot, in my opinion. Coming in at number 2, I'm sure I may get some flack for this as well, but it is Incredibles 2. Incredibles 2, in my opinion, is better than the first one. For me, that puts it over the top is Jack Jack. Jack Jack's character steals this movie. Even though the mother of the movie is one of the main characters, and she is put into action to be the hero by herself, solo, but Jack Jack steals the movie. I love The Incredibles. I love their characters. We got to see Frozone, and we got to see other characters as well. And I'm hoping that we get a third Incredibles movie within the next 5 years. And I really would like it if they did like a Avengers type of Incredibles movie. I think that would just be a blast. I wouldn't mind it if they actually put it into 2 parts. I think that'd be great. But I love Incredibles 2. It was one of my favorite. Actually, it was my favorite animated movie of that year. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. And like I said, the voice acting, the characters, cinematography, score, everything about this movie is fantastic. And if it wasn't for number 1, it would be number 1. My number 1, of course, is you should know what it is. It is Ratatouille. Ratatouille really took me by surprise. You got Patton Oswalt as a rat who loves to cook. And from there, he goes into the city and helps out this young gentleman into being a chef. And not knowing that it's an actual rat that's actually helping him out doing the cooking. It's just a great story filled with great characters. And again, the score, the cinematography, the voice, Patton Oswalt is phenomenal in this movie. And I love everything about this movie from start to finish. I have seen this movie at least a dozen times and never gets old. And I gotta tell you, as an aspiring chef myself / cook, I related to this movie. I love to cook, or at least I did love to cook. Can't do so much now, but this movie is the tops for me. Now, that is my ranking of all 20 Pixar movies. In the comment section below, give me your ranking of all 20 movies if you've seen them all. If you haven't, just give me the rankings of the movies that you've seen. And as always, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon for all notifications as I do movie reviews, TV show reviews, trailer reviews, top 10s, and rankings. If you like this, give it a thumbs up and share this video on all your social media as you see fit to. Now, speaking of Pixar, we have 6 movies coming out here. The next 2, we have Toy Story 4 and then Onward, which are set for releases on June 21st, 2019 for Toy Story 4, and then for March 6, 2020 for Onward. We have 4 more movies after that that haven't been named yet, but looks like we'll have another one in 2020. We'll have 1 movie so far in 2021, and then we'll have 2 movies again in 2022. So we have 6 more movies coming up within the next few years, so I'm looking forward to those. I probably won't do another ranking until after I see the next 2 movies, maybe the next 3. That's probably what I'll do, because I don't want to keep redoing a ranking after each movie I watch. Gotta let it spread out a little bit. But other than that, I thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.